This video is obnoxiously long, so watch at your own risk. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, I'm doing a long-awaited sketchbook tour. It's been a real while since I last did my sketchbook tour, and yeah, so I'm really excited to film this. This is my very second sketchbook. This is in Ohuhu Mixed Media pad. This is the largest one, I believe. I'll definitely link this down in the description box below. I also put some stickers on the cover of the sketchbook to make it more personal, you know, so I'll be also linking them down below. But all of these are from Sticky Club, the subscription box that I got a few months back. So yeah, so let's get into the sketchbook tour. So this is the very first page of my sketchbook. You guys probably can see that I have no, such welcome page, because I was very overwhelmed by the fact that I have to draw on the very first page of my sketchbook, because that's just gonna, determine the bar of the sketchbook. So I did make one, but unfortunately I kind of hated it, so I ripped it out, and this is how my sketchbook, starts now. So this is the very first page of my sketchbook. I drew a mermaid. It was around mermaid, and this is actually an OC for my sister. She was making a total story with mermaids and all that stuff, so I decided to draw a villain for her, and she was quite pleased. So moving on, we have a black and white picture of Himiko Toga from My Hero Academia. I believe this was my My Hero Academia phase, so you're gonna see a lot of fan art. So this was one of them. I was quite happy with it, but now looking back at it, the face kind of feels a little wonky, and there's no eye. Like, there should be a portion of the eye showing, but yeah. So this is the very first messy sort of sketchbook spread that I was wanting to achieve, because the size of the sketchbook is really large, and doing finished illustrations on every single page kind of became tiring. So I decided to switch to smaller finished illustrations instead of one full finished illustration in every single page, I believe. Okay, so next we have someone from BTS. So I actually cannot remember who I drew. This is probably Jimin, but right off the back I cannot remember. So yeah. Next we have this image of Rengoku from Demon Slayer. I'm not gonna spoil for those who haven't watched it yet, but I just feel really bad after the Mugen Train arc for him. Next, I believe this was an entry for Artsy Caboodle's 1K art contest, and the prompt was water, so I decided to draw a mermaid because mermaid was around there. So yeah, so this has to be one of my favorite spreads in this entire sketchbook. Oh my god, the time and effort that I put into making this was like legit, unbelievable. I drew Ochako, this is Hitoshi Shinso, and Todoroki Shoto. I used my HB pencils to achieve this whole look, and I also wrote their name in Japanese with their English name too. So I was, really into this spread. And yeah, this has to be my favorite spread in this entire sketchbook. So in the next spread, I have the gals from My Hero Academia. So we have Momo, Mina, Hyukujiro, and Suyasui. I probably butchered that name, but I kind of don't like it that much. I feel I made her quite chubby, which she's not, so yeah, definitely didn't do it justice to her. So next we have Deku, aka Izuku Midoriya from My Academia. Oh my gosh, this was the phase, and I was legit so much into My Academia that I just had to draw Deku. He's just too cute to not draw. Okay, so next up I have the drawing of my self-portrait, which I also filmed a video, so you guys can check that out. Okay, so I actually left this page for some reason. I kind of skipped it. So I filled this quite recently when Turning Red came out. I kind of wanted to make like a comic book sort of planning sort of thing. So yeah, that is the thing. So I drew Priya, Abby, Miriam, and Meili. Okay, so this page is, I'm pretty sure, done with poster colors. Yeah, the figurines are done with poster colors, also the trees, but the background is done with oil pastels. I have a spread of Shinobu from Demon Slayer, so I drew her in different chibi forms, and this is definitely my favorite one. Yeah, just for the meme. So this is another, you know, graphite realistic piece that I did for Father's Day, and I am quite happy with it. So this is an abstract sort of piece that I wanted to do. I was in art block at this time, so I just wanted to, you know, punch art block in the face and come out of that phase to, you know, make some good art. So I just did this mindlessly, and it did help to fight art block. Okay, so we have another sort of, you know, ripped page. So I was actually drawing some Demon Slayer masks. This is what Tanjiro actually has, but then I was drawing these from Pinterest, and I actually drew along with Maddie, aka Artistically Me. Okay, so now we have some attempts of achieving realism to be in, you know, to be accurate color pencil realism. So this was my very first realism attempt that I did, and this was kind of like a failed attempt, so I have this crying emoji sort of thing. Next, I have my color pencil phase where I just drew realistic stuff. So this is a strawberry splash sort of thing, which I did with very cheap color pencils, and if I'm being honest, I was quite proud, and I'm even proud at the moment to achieve this, you know, whole realistic look. It doesn't look that realistic, probably because of the color pencils, but I just tried to achieve a realistic look, and I'm quite proud of it. So I have a cupcake over here. So next, I was deciding to open a Redbubble shop, so I just drew some rough sketches for sticker designs. Here's a fan art for Hershey's OC Yuki. I drew this, and I'm quite proud of it, and I did send her, and she said she likes it. So that's kind of like an achievement for me. Then I drew Kakashi Hatake from Naruto. Okay, so I drew Hinata from Haikyuu, this chibi sort of thing, and I actually saw this on Sweet Sailor Sketches Instagram, so I just wanted to do it, so credits to her. Another realistic piece of this like tiger's eye sort of look. I'm quite happy with this because of the vibrancy, and I feel it looks realistic. Then again, we have another realistic piece of this eye. Okay, so next we have this spread of Todoroki Shoto. I decided to draw different traits of this character. I kind of don't like this that much, but the other illustrations kind of top it off. I honestly love these two in the top. This is just chef's kiss. Chicken nuggets are Todoroki's favorite. His power is half flame, half ice, and I decided to draw his, you know, ice car, you know, his ice car along with his eye. And I kind of don't like it because it looks girly, and I have developed my anime men drawing style so much. So yeah. Next, we have this illustration of Ember from Genshin Impact. I did this for a review of the Haikyuu markers. So at that time, when I was actually using the markers, the skin was all orangey or like a peachy tone, but as days passed and I stopped, you know, I just kept it, the skin kind of started looking all yellowish, which I absolutely hate. I don't know why it happened, probably because of some reaction. Like, I didn't keep this in the sun, so I don't know how this happened, but that's just a con of those parku markers. So I'm not gonna, you know, tell you guys to use that peach tone if you have that parku marker set. So this is a drawing of Reki from Skate the Infinity. Next we have a spread where I drew different outfits from Pinterest. Then we have the drawing of Zenitsu Agatsuma. I decided to only use gray alcohol-based markers to achieve this. Okay, so at this point of time, I was experimenting with different mediums in the sketchbook, and one of them was ballpoint pens. Ballpoint pens are legit one of the most underrated art supplies. They're not even art supplies, they're like writing tools, but people draw with them and they achieve such beautiful and immaculate, you know, drawings. I was really inspired, so I drew Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. Probably butchered that name, but we don't talk about that. Moving on, we have some characters from a webcomic or webtoon called Purple Hyacinth. This is pretty self-explanatory. I never finished this, and we are not going to talk about that because I probably lose motivation. Okay, so I did this using Ohuhu skin tone markers. I recently got them, but by the time of doing this, I got them, and I was really, you know, excited to try them out. I was actually gonna include this one in the review, but I didn't really like this that much at that time, so I just butchered that. Okay, so we have another, you know, spread sort of thing. I decided to draw e-girls. These two probably don't even look like e-girls, but this one looks like an e-girl aesthetic girl. So at this point of time, e-girl was a real thing and people were just, you know, sticking to this aesthetic. So I really want to draw some characters in this aesthetic. We have a drawing of Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I was actually gonna include this in the skin tone marker set review after, you know, butchering this one, but then I was like, this looks way bland and really bland, so I don't want to include this in the review as well. So finally, I decided to include this, you know, illustration or mesh of these character faces for that video, because first these faces actually showed all the different skin tones in that set, and I was quite happy with all of them. This, and this, and this are probably my favorites out of all of them. Okay, so next we have another sketchbook spread sort of thing of Katsuki Bakugo, aka Kachan, or even some of you guys might know him as Lord Explosion Murder. So I again used a blue color pencil to draw our boy Katsuki Bakugo. So I drew this at first, and I drew these, and then I did these two at last. I'm quite happy with how the messy look of the spread, but honestly, if I would have rendered it a bit more, I would have liked it much better. This is probably my favorite. The tidy haircut, chef's kiss. Also, I quite like these, this one, and this one. Moving on, so another ballpoint pen sketching spread sort of thing. I drew Hinata from Haikyuu, and at this time I used a black ballpoint pen instead of a blue ballpoint pen because I felt more classy using this. So this does not even look like Hinata, but this I was actually trying to, you know, copy or like learn from a different artist's art style. So yeah, I did that. So this does not look like Hinata, none of it. So my favorites are probably this one. I'm so annoyed it's out of frame. I hate myself. Past me, I hate you. This is the way I captured the expression and how graphic the lines are in the hair, and you know, I just love this. I don't know what's about it. I just loved it. Moving on, I drew another spread of Dabi from My Academia. So I drew him 4 times, and I just experimented with layering techniques because to achieve this portion of his character design, his burnt portion of his character. Oh my gosh, it's burnt skin, not burnt portion of his character design. That sounded so lame. Character design, I actually had to mix 2 colors, so I was experimenting with that, and honestly, this is again one of my favorite spreads. I just love Dabi. Okay, we're coming back at the My Academia phase again. So this is a spread of Tamaki Yamajiki. I quite like all of them. This one and this one are probably my favorite, and this one is just my favorite for the meme. Next up, we have another spread of two of my very favorite anime characters. This is Satoru Gojo from Jujutsu Kaisen, and this is Nezuko Kamado from Demon Slayer. I drew them both, and I was quite happy with this. I'm pretty sure at this time I got my Ohurus, like the 72 set of Ohuru markers. So I was really excited to try them out, and I drew Nezuko and Satoru Gojo. Next up, we have the boy from Jujutsu Kaisen, Megumi Fushiguro. I decided to draw him not once, not twice, but thrice. And this is probably my favorite one. I kind of hate this because I kind of butchered his face, his masculine face. And this one just looks like trash, so we are not going to talk about that. But I love the fact how I incorporated, stickers and also some calligraphy and some extra elements to make this spread look way better. So yeah, I love this. Next up, October was coming up, so it was time for Inktober. So I decided to draw or just do one spread and to respect Inktober, because I never stick to the prompts. Like at the time of filming this, May just ended and I did not even draw a single mermaid. So yeah, I just drew a full spread of doodles that resemble Halloween in some sort of way. Next, we have very messy ballpoint sketches of anime characters. This is Sasi Bakugo, this is Dabi, this is Kyokujiro. Didn't feel the need to draw her face. We're not gonna look at this, just ignore this. You're not gonna please your eyes with this drawing. Vizuku Midoriya, Satoru Gojo. Next up, we have this spread for Halloween. I drew this thing, this candle sort of thing, this ghost and Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas, and I just wrote Happy Halloween because it was Halloween. Okay, so this spread is probably one of my personal favorites, and this is like, oh my god, this is such a good spread in my opinion. So I drew 3 characters from the story Solace that was developed by Sage's Sketchbook. So I drew Terian, I drew Amaya, and I drew Zola. I kinda don't like Zola's face that much, but at that time the art style was kind of shitty and crap. So next up, we have this image of Katsuki Bakugo that I did, including a recent stream vlog. So yeah, you guys can watch that. I quite like this, especially the plain background. Next, we have some ballpoint sketches that I did using a Pentonic purple color pen. I just drew random characters to just hide the bleed of the previous page. And here's a spread of our boar boy, Inosuke Hashibara. So I actually also made a video of me, drawing this entire thing as a sketchbook session. So you guys can also check that out. Next, we have a very messy spread. At that time I just wanted to put an art supply on the paper and just just draw mindlessly. So I decided to do this flower, and I just achieved this something like a gradient look. And I was, I don't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. And then I drew Denki Kaminari from My Academia, and then these small graffiti things of what was his name again? Kirishima. And again, some purple ballpoint pen sketches. Okay, so this was actually done for a video, where I incorporated 3 emojis into art and I made it out of them. So these were actually given to me by @doesart, and the emojis he gave me were mushroom, an open eye, and the sapling sort of thing. So I came up with this. Next we have my entry for Chobi's Draw This in Your Style contest. This is actually one of my favorite artworks that I've ever done. I just love the whole, you know, placement of the characters in this drawing. I drew the angel and the devil, so yeah, I quite like this. Next we have in a drawing of Diona from Genshin Impact, one of my favorite child characters. So I actually lined this in a live stream and then colored this later on, and I was quite happy with how the end result came, especially the hair. I love the addition of purples with pinks. So next up we have the second illustration of that previous video that I was talking about. That was the 3 emoji challenge. So these were given me by Sage's sketchbook, and the emojis were a cupcake, not a cupcake, pastry, butterfly, and roller skates. So yeah, I incorporated the emojis and made this. Okay, so I actually never finished this. I drew Raiden Shogun and Yoimiya from Genshin Impact, but never had the energy to line this or color this. So I'm just gonna leave this like this because I don't have any motivation. So Christmas was finally here, and I decided to draw some anime characters wearing Christmas inspired outfits. So this is Eddie-chan from My Academia. Wait, what was his name again from? Okay, I forgot his name. He's from Haikyuu. Oh my god, this is a shame. I just don't remember his name. Okay, please comment on his name, please. So this is Katsuki Bakugo. I drew him in his Christmas outfit, and look at this. This addition and the detail of his Christmas cap is just chef's kiss. I love it. Again, I was, just experimenting and having a very fun sketchbook time using color pencils. This time I used a green color pencil and drew this elf warrior sort of guy, and I was also practicing some male muscular body. Not that muscular, but like semi-muscular body. Next up, we have this spread where I used a highlighter. I actually have that highlighter. Okay, so this is the highlighter that I used to draw all of these characters. I just used the highlighter to do the rough base sketch, and then I used a black gel pen to render, or just to show the details. Next, we have this piece or this spread where I drew Juleka, aka Purple Tigress from Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir Season 4. So this was actually a collab with Turtle Sketches. So yeah. Next we have this, I can't really see it, but I was actually drawing random characters because I got some mechanical pencils. So yeah, I was actually gonna draw Venti, but then I was really sad that that it got marker bleed. So yeah. Next we have the drawing of all the 4 profile pictures that I did for my last video of drawing your profile pictures. I drew Sparkle's old profile picture, Sage's old profile picture, Turtle's profile picture, and Sunshine Duel's old profile picture. So next we have this spread where I drew Caitlyn from Arcane. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. And then we have Dolores. I never finished this actually. I made a shorts video which blew up, where I just showed my sketching process and it blew up. And this is actually my OC Daviana from the story that I'm actually developing at the moment, that is Possessed. So this character was actually inspired by a Pinterest character OC sheet sort of thing. So I actually made a character out of it, and these are the options that they had, and I just choose those options. So, and here's some information about her. And then we have another OC of line. That is Selena from the same story, Possessed. I'm actually developing her character design, her backstory, and all that stuff, and I'll be soon making a character profile video of Daviana, and then I'll make one for Selena. Next we have this very yellow, yellow sort of spread going on. This was actually a birthday gift that I gave to Gori because it was her birthday. Then I drew some lemons, probably look like mangoes, but we're not going to talk about that. And then I also wrote them probably in art block. And then I just wrote, "We don't talk about art block, oh no no no," because I was inspired by "We Don't Talk About Bruno." So yeah. Okay, next we have another spread. This is actually not a spread because I did this first and there was no such drawings like these, and then later on when I finished this sketchbook and my new sketchbook was not yet available with me, I drew these two characters. This is actually Lynx, who is Leo's OC, whom you guys also might know as Mikochen Pent, and this is mainly from Turning Red. And this was actually a fan art contest where I drew this Roblox avatar of Qualo. Probably butchering that name, but please forgive me. And I drew her avatar. Next we have a ballpoint sketch where I drew this realistic eye. I'm quite happy with this. I actually made a shorts video on this. I thought it would have blown up because of the song that I used. That. It's really not that bad. It just needs a little shaping thing, but it never blew up, so yeah. Next, I draw some random thing, like a random character and some random face positions, and yeah, I don't know. And then I drew Diluc and Child from Genshin Impact. I was actually practicing some abs, so that is why they're shirtless. So yeah. And next up, we are almost done with the sketchbook, So I actually drew these different anime characters. This is Saiki from... Wait. Oh no, actually I have not watched the anime, but I know this character's name, so I just drew him. I drew Kenma from Haikyuu, Sasuke's Rinnegan and Sasuke's Sharingan. We have Komi-san, because Komi can't communicate recently came up at that time, so I had to draw her. And so close to filling this big boy. Yeah, this sketchbook is actually really thick. Like, look at that. It's really thick. And that is the last spread or the page of the sketchbook. I actually decided to do this like sketchbook 2 finished illustration where it shows that I finally finished the sketchbook and like congratulations, well done sort of thing, but I never executed that idea because I was lazy and I was with the sketchbook for a really long time. I started the sketchbook on June 5, 2021 and I finished this on March 10, 2022. We have a pocket sort of thing over here. So I have this illustration that I did over here. A random Pokemon sticker. This template sort of thing that came with the sketchbook, not fun. This homemade sticker sort of thing that I made. And what else do we have? Another random Pokemon sticker. So yeah. So that is it for this week's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. This is an Ohu Marcus sketchbook, and the link to this the sketchbook will be down in the description box below if you wanna check out the sketchbook. That is all for this week's video. Thank you so much guys for watching this. My voice is at a very bad situation because I was talking for legit 40 minutes. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and also comment down below which was your favorite artwork from the sketchbook. I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye, take care, and I'll see you guys next time.